click OK. And if you look over here now, our tables have this blue arrow pointing next to them. And when I hover the mouse over each one of these tables, you can see underneath is the file location, C:\database /serviceinc_be.accddb. Now, there's a problem. Not everyone is going to have this C:\database /serviceinc_be, because this is my local drive. Okay, this is now pointing the table to my local drive to get access to that file. But other computers out on the network will not be able to see this file. Okay, so I need to make this file. I need to relink all of these tables using my network share rather than the actual local location. And there is a way to do that. But just before I do that, I just want to show you that my serviceinc_be file is located in my C:\/ folder. But it is also available now if I do / Steve's -PC, -PC /database. If I go there, you can see there's the same file. Okay, and if I just click on this, you can see Steve's -PC /database. I'm going to go ahead and copy this location because it's going to help me in just a moment. I'm going to go to External Data, and you'll see there's this button for Linked Table Manager. I'm going to select on this, and you'll see here is a list of all of the linked tables that are in my database. You can see right now all of my linked tables are pointing to the C:\database /serviceinc_be. So I'm going to go ahead and select all. I'm going to take all of these tables and I'm going to tell it to prompt me for a new location of where to find these tables. Then when I click on the OK button, it's going to ask me for where is the new location of that table. And I'm going to go ahead and go to that folder location that's out on the network, / Steve's PC. And there is our file. So again, / your computer name / your shared folder name, and then select the file, the backend file. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Access is whirled away. All selected link tables are successfully refreshed. Click OK, and you can see now that the folder, that the file location is that / computer name and folder location. Okay, so that's what we want to see. We want to see that shared name for the location of where all these linked tables are. Now, if I click Close, you'll see I can double click on these and I can open these up. All of these tables are available to me. Even though they no longer reside in my Service Inc. file, I'm actually accessing them through this file that sits here out on my shared folder. And I can prove that to you by, if I just open up one of these, okay, I've got a table open, you'll see that this LACCDB file opens up, which means that there's currently somebody accessing this ACCDB file. Okay, that's what this LACCDB file is doing. It's keeping track of all of the modifications and changes that are being made to this file. And it also makes it so that there's a bit of a problem for the next step. All right, so I've got my database successfully split up. I've got my back-end database file here. But what about the front end? What about my queries, forms, reports, and modules? Right now they're sitting out here on my, if I go here to my documents here, I've got my database file that I've been working on here with Service Inc. And you can see there's that LACCDB file. Okay, and while it's open, while this LACCDB file is currently operating on my Service Inc. and I've got it open, no one else can access this file. Okay, and that's going to be a problem later. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and click on File. I'm going to go to Save As. I'm going to save my database as, and I'm going to go to that database folder, and I'm going to go ahead and save it, but this time I'm going to name it with _FE, which stands for front end. Okay, so now I've got my back end and my front end are both being worked on here on in this shared folder. Okay, So back end and front end, and you can see there's that LACCDB file. Now, if anyone else tries to double click and open up this front end file, they're going to get a permission issue. Even if they have full permissions to the file, you can only have one person accessing this front end file at a time, and that's going to cause some problems. Let me go ahead and click on Enable Content. This is just basically giving me a security warning that I've got these modules with code in the background, and you'll get that from time to time. So don't worry about it. Just make sure that everybody knows to go ahead and enable that. Okay, so how do we resolve this? Well, I'm going to go ahead and close this down for right now. And I'm going to go ahead and right-click on my front-end file. I'm going to go to the Properties, go to Security, and then under the Advanced options here, I'm going to click on Advanced. And right now, it's kind of disabled right now. It says include inheritable permissions from this object's parent, which means that this file, my front end file, has the same permissions on it as the folder that that's holding the file. So all those permissions that I set up for all the users in my database folder, they also apply to this file, and I want to change that. So I'm going to go to Change Permissions, and I'm going to uncheck the Include Inheritable Permissions. I'm going to go ahead and, yes, I do want to remove, and now no one has access to the file. Okay, literally, no one has permission to the file. So I'm going to click Add now, and I'm going to add users. Now, again, you're going to want to, if you're in a domain environment where you have an administrator, you're probably going to want to talk to them about who you're going to want to give access to this folder. And this users group comes from your domain controller or your Active Directory. So you're going to want to talk to your administrator and find out what the group names are that you should be giving permission to. Okay, and again, this is just your front end. Your back end is still going to be made available to everyone. So with the front end, though, we're going to want to just do users for right now, which is a special group for Windows 7, which is basically anybody who's authenticated, anyone who's logged into this local computer. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and allow full control and click OK and apply. And we'll exit out of that. Now, right now, again, we've basically given everybody full control over the front end, and we need to change that. I'm going to open this one more time and go to Properties again. And under the Security tab, now I can use a little bit of a simpler method here. I don't need to go into the Advanced anymore. I can just click on Edit for my user group. Okay, so hit Edit, and now I'm going to drop the full control. I'm going to drop Modify. I'm going to drop Read and Execute, and I'm just going to leave checked only this read option. So the only thing that they can do is read the file. I'm going to go ahead and click Apply and OK. And now, if I try to open up the file, you'll see that it only allows me to open this and read it. Okay, I can only read it. I'm going to go ahead and enable the contact. Oh, won't let me yet until I save it. Okay, so now you can see that they're getting this option that says Save As. So now I can click Save As. It'll get a little warning. That's perfectly fine. Don't worry about that. I'm just going to go ahead and go to my desktop and save it. Enable the content. And now I have my own working version with full permission and full access to this front-end database.